103.
Yeah, he's still going. How is that? How is that possible?
He doesn't eat pussy like his son. Him and DJ Khaled, they have the same thing.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I am Chip.
And I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again. Or possibly for the very first time.
That's very possible. Well, hopefully, if you're not hearing it for the first time, why don't you enlighten one of your friends so they can hear it for the first
strangers,
fellow churchgoers?
Just stop somebody. It's like, hey, do you listen to podcasts? Yes, Chip and Cern Show. No,
Chip and
where are you at? Get a podcast. Chip and Cern's where to start.
Fucking get with it. It's 2020, motherfucker. Get with it. Well, Cerny and I are with some new beers.
Yes.
And surprisingly, a new brewery.
Yes. Hen House Brewing Company in Santa Rosa.
And Petaluma. I think they brew out of Santa Rosa, but they have a tap house out of...
Yeah, Sonoma County, I guess, would be the...
Anyway, Marin-ish.
There you go.
Esque.
In the North Bay.
The North. What are we drinking today, Cerny?
We are drinking a Hyper Magic Mountain IPA.
Ooh.
Let's crack this bad boy.
Let's see what this sounds like on the...
There you go.
We could be Foley artists with this beer opening.
There was an AMSR. Like,
oh, yeah. Just cracking beers. AMSR.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Two middle-aged 30 men get drunk on the...
Just start belching.
Yeah.
6.3 ABV. It's an IPA.
I can get behind this one.
Oh, yes, I can.
What's the... sorry, give me the...
6.3?
Okay. So, a pretty decent hitter. Anything above 5...
You got some heft.
Yeah, I got to be a little bit... You got to be careful with those ones.
You got to be careful otherwise.
You don't want to get too loose and goose with those ones. That's for sure.
Hyper Magic IPA is named after the lightning bolt record of the same name.
Oh.
Paying homage to the bands that felt traditional means of recording distribution and conventions of song structures were holding back expression. Like contemporary IPAs, it's a sign that people are ready for something new and different.
Oh. Well, Cerny, Hyper Magic Mountain was a studio album by Lightning Bolt that was released in 2005 by the band Lightning Bolt. Do we want to hear a bit of Lightning Bolt?
Let's hear it. Why not?
This is new to me.
Me too.
Lightning Bolt.
Let's.
Do we want to hear something off that album or just their top?
Let's hear something off that album. Why not? We're talking about Hyper Magic.
Very
Mountain.
psychedelic looking cover.
So is the can that we're looking at.
Yeah. Okay. Their most popular song appears to be a nearly 8-minute fucking marathon song called Dead Cowboy. Right. You ready, Cerny?
I'm ready.
Wow.
Okay.
It's coming right out of the fucking gates at you.
There's no ease into it.
No.
He's shredding.
He's shredding with some serious distortion on his axe. He's
almost like a Tom Morello-ish.
Yep. Some aggressive drums.
Okay, this is...
Wow.
Okay.
I feel like Eddie Vedder's having a seizure and playing guitar.
All right.
This has a very, like, Rise Against the Machine feel to it.
Yes, right. Yep.
Is it...
Rage.
Almost.
Rage meets like corn, or
I can't even.
I don't know.
He's just sort of like.
I can get behind the beer. I don't know if I can get behind the beer.
Yeah. So we're 1 minute into an 8-minute song. Are you tapping out, Cerny?
I'm tapping out.
Okay. Well, we didn't even make it to the hook, so
The beer is delicious.
The beer's good. Now, if you're looking for a new band, I don't know, maybe Lightning Bolt's not your cup of tea, but
No.
some people are giving it although it was met with nearly universal acclaim, averaged 88 out of 100 points on Metacritic.
Okay.
Um
If you disagree with us, let us know. I want to hear it.
Oh, okay. The album is a very dense sound composed almost entirely of distorted, often processed bass guitar, loud, fast drums, and indiscernible vocals buried in the album's mix. You know what? I don't think I could have written it better myself, but that's exactly what I was hearing.
That's exactly.
That was exactly what I heard.
Spot on.
I feel, I don't know when you're listening to that type of music, but anyway, let's take a complete 180.
Okay. So today, you want to talk about The Irishman.
Another marathon flick on Netflix.
3 hours and 29 minutes.
Starring one Bob De Niro, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci. Probably the most notable gangster threesome there is.
Yes. 3 hours and 29 minutes, directed by Peter Jackson. Sorry. Martin Scorsese.
Lord of the Rings 7?
And fucking King Kong or whatever the hell.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
Okay, it's actually directed by Martin Scorsese.
And it was released streaming November 27th. I was pretty excited about this.
As was I, actually.
Yeah. And this is just straight from Rotten Tomatoes. This is a biological crime thriller that follows Frank Sheeran, who is Bob De Niro, as he recalls his past years working for a Buffalonian crime family. I assume this in Buffalo, New York. Now older, the WW.
I think the last name was. I assume it wasn't.
I'm sorry. It is a crime family, not a geographical area.
I think it is.
Or is it both?
Was it in Illinois?
Buffalino.
Yeah, that's the crime family.
Okay.
Let me see where it takes place first as you keep going.
Now older, the World War II veteran once again reflects on his most prolific hits and in particular considers his involvement with his good friend Jimmy Hoffa, who's played by Al Pacino.
Which is interesting to me, but yeah.
His disappearance in 1975. It's rated R. There is some pervasive language and strong violence.
Yes, there is.
The titty count was 0. The Chip and Cern titty count, I had 0.
I had 0 too. I had a tally going, but I had 0.
I mean, you're telling me you're putting a fucking 209-minute movie out and you
not one nip slip?
Can I see one nipple one time? One time. Anna Paquin's in it too.
Oh, that's
Suke.
right.
Hey, Suke. I had a huge crush on her back in my
True Blood days, or
yeah,
whatever?
True Blood. Yeah. Man, she really stiffened my wick. So generally. Hold it together, Cerny. Okay. Overall, what is your... It scored at 96% on the tomato meter, and then the audience score was 86.
Okay.
So give me the Cerny rating on this one.
So if you're going to watch it, it's an investment of time.
Did you do it all in one haul?
I did it all in one haul.
Wow. What did you start at 4 in the afternoon? Maybe you were done by bedtime.
I did start at like 5, I think.
Okay.
I was done by 8 or.
You're like you're eating dinner and watching a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We split it up into 2 nights. It was just it's too much.
It is a little much.
Because by the time the kid goes down, it's 8 or 7:30, and I'm like, I can't be up till fucking midnight watching this movie.
Yeah. No, I thought it was okay.
You didn't think it was 96?
No, I don't think it was 96 in my book.
It was good.
It was good. I mean, it was like
Obviously-
one of those, like, technically it was like there.
Sure. I'm sure our college film professors would have gushed over this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who was Mr. Hunter?
Oh, yeah.
Would have loved it at
Professor
Sierra.
Hunter.
And then who was the...
I don't remember her name.
Oh, man.
She
We
was
really
horrible.
despised her, though.
Yeah.
Well, one... Josh Whedon.
Her love of Josh Whedon was not in my wheelhouse.
So it was just too. The reason why we felt okay to break it up into 2 spots, it didn't keep us. It didn't have you by the balls like some of these TV shows that you're watching.
At the edge of my seat. It was like an old man telling a story.
which is fucking boring. Let's be honest. No one wants to sit by your grandpa or your uncle at Thanksgiving or Christmas and listen to him drone on about, you know, how they're shooting, he's blasting up Nazis in 1940 and whatever. I felt like with a heavier hand in the editing bay, easy bring that thing under around 2.5 hours.
There's a few scenes I could have we could do that.
I'm like, okay, why are we? It was like every and you know Scorsese loves the fucking dialogue, but
yes,
they were talking just to talk. It felt like it wasn't moving anything forward. It was just Scorsese with no reins feeling. You know?
Yeah. Netflix said, "Do as you will," and he said, "Check and check."
How much tape do you have?
Now the face technology thing that they have where they make them look younger.
What your thoughts? Because
the blue eyes jarred me a little bit on De Niro.
We first saw this on I fucking spaced. Oh, Star Wars.
Okay.
Remember when they were kind of doing that with some deceased people that they're putting them back
in? Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah. And what was the other one? Oh, I believe on the Avengers, either the Avengers or Captain Marvel, Sam Jackson to his face, they made him look much younger. And you know, the technology it's pretty good. But there's some things that you can't fake. Are you looking up this?
Grand Moff, the actor. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to. It's fucking.
Count Dooku?
No, Grand Moff Tarkin is the guy. Was the character, but what is Peter Cushing? Okay.
He sounds familiar.
Or he's been
what
dead
else was he in?
I don't know. He's been dead since like 93 or something like that.
Oh man, we're going on another Chip and Cern tangent. Classic Chip and Cern tangent here. So I'm sorry. What did you feel like the technology on the face?
1913, 1994. Yeah, he's been.
Well, 1913.
Yeah, so he's probably in like the fucking Vincent Price horror movies.
Jeez.
Anyway,
the technology, the age,
the face,
aging,
the faces, they look cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it looked good. Like I thought it was good. I didn't the blue eyes on Robert De Niro, like the bright blue eyes.
I didn't realize that they faked that whole thing.
I was like, oh shit. Now, when he's beating that spoiler, he beats some fucking fool up out front of a deli.
He looked like an old man.
Yeah, he looked like a 70-year-old man fighting. He doesn't like a 40-year-old
That's what
man.
I was gonna say. Any walking scenes or anything where he's moving and he's supposed to be. That was one thing I kind of had a hard time with was how because they did a lot of back and forth timeline moving.
It doesn't, and when they do back and forth, where they're at because like they have him as Robert De Niro as an old fuck sitting in the old.
He's in a wheelchair,
really,
and he's got a blanket on his lap.
So they go back and forth, and you know where you're at.
Catheter in.
Yeah.
Why would I say that?
I don't know.
I like how you just let it go too. That was good. You're just like, I'll just let that sail off into wherever. You can't fake any walking when he's supposed to be 40.
Yeah,
it literally looked like a 70-year-old man, or
short,
an 80-year-old
choppy
man.
steps.
Yeah, like a little hitch, like he's got a bum knee or an artificial hip or something.
Then when he beats the guy up out front of the deli, he's like kicking him and stuff. I was like, that's not a 40-year-old man stomping somebody in the ground. That's a 70-year-old man stomping.
It looked like a senile old man beating his dog that won't shut up, and he's trying to kick it, and it's running away from him. That's what it looked like. Now the story and everything. I mean,
the story was solid.
Yeah,
it was. It was probably, I assume, fairly accurate. I mean, I did kind of like how what I did like was when they did like, they would show some guy who's like, Tommy Two Fingers, and then it was like, then they did like the little typewriter like died in 1980.
Yeah, that was. I was
like, oh, that's kind of
cool. That was cool.
Like, it showed you like if they met their demise and sometime in the future, it was kind of I did enjoy that.
That was a cool bit of editing, or overlay or whatever that they had. I thought it was kind of cool how it tied into the Kennedys, the assassination, and they never got to that part. But when JFK was getting elected, like, he wasn't like a big fan of that. Jimmy Hoffa wasn't a huge fan, but everyone else was because they were union guys, and Hoffa was really pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was.
And it was surprisingly
good.
Joe Pesci didn't go Joe Pesci.
Full Joe Pesci on it?
Like he was really like subdued the whole time.
I mean, I don't think Joe Pesci's ever going to top, was that Casino when it was go get your fucking shine box? And he's like, you motherfucker, was that Goodfellas?
That was Goodfellas.
Okay. I might have to watch that scene again. I feel like every month I should just watch that clip because it's so fucking good.
Yes. It wasn't it wasn't as good as Goodfellas or Casino.
Yeah,
or
no. I wouldn't, out of all
Godfather.
the Scorsese flicks, are you putting this one in a top 5 for Scorsese? I got the filmography here for you, Cerny.
Okay. Is Departed in there?
I can't remember. Hold on, I have to go on IMDb.
He did that, right?
He did, yeah. I mean, for us personally, I think that has a pretty heavy.
Yes, that was right in the prime of our, development as young adults.
And how many times did we watch the first 20 minutes before just passing out
drunk,
like a couple
on the
of
couch?
drunks?
Yeah.
Fucking Departed's 2.5 hours. So Scorsese had this will in him for a long time, and no one just let him uncork it until
Netflix said go for it.
So we're going by director. Scorsese director.
Okay.
I'm gonna just ramble off a few titles, and you tell me what you think. The Departed, The Aviator, Gangs in New York, Casino, Cape Fear, Goodfellas, Color of Money, Kings of Comedy, Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, Mean Streets.
Okay, so he's not top. This was not top 5.
Is this top 10?
Top 10, yeah.
I would say I'm gonna pencil it in like
7.
9 to 10 for Chipper.
Yeah, 7, 8 for
Shutter Island.
Okay, now I got bumped down.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 9, 10 is probably about
Okay.
good.
He did George Harrison Living in the Material World, a documentary. That was actually I found that to be very good. The Departed. God, you can't fucking beat.
I do love that movie. My dad loves that movie too.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. The Age of Innocence. That sounds familiar.
I don't know if I saw that one. Yeah, this one.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
It did pretty good. I mean, it did. The story. There's good parts of it. I mean, they could have hacked that down to an hour off of that goddamn thing.
All I can think about, because it was unavoidable, the length of it.
Yes.
Because everyone, that's all they could talk about was how fucking long this thing was.
It's an investment. You gotta carve some time out on the couch.
That's like a couple Star Wars movies. Like
It
it's
is.
not a
And
fucking
one- and
cute
it's
little
one Lord of the Rings movie.
It's half of The Hobbit.
I think
But I mean,
like the bowl. So there's a scene, remember, like the bowling scene where they're bowling and the little girl doesn't like Joe Pesci. He says, "Come here," and she won't come here. It's like, you gotta cut this fucking out. We don't need to see this. I get it. She don't like him.
so totally. That was like I guess that was my mindset watching it. Because I knew how long the movie was, and I'm like, this is unnecessary. Like,
these scenes, like, okay.
So anything that drug on, I was like, cut. I was playing editor in my head, sort of.
We don't need this. I get it.
Yeah.
You don't need to, beat the dead horse on, that, this or whatever it is. It's, there were some scenes where I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, totally. And another interesting thing about this too. Apparently, it was the only time, or like the third time, that De Niro, Pacino, and Pesci have all been in the same scene together, or like all in the same movie.
Okay.
De Niro and Pacino were in, and then probably like Goodfellas, I think, right?
Which one? De Niro and Pacino. Well, Godfather 2, right?
Okay, so it must have been Pesci and De Niro and Goodfellas, or a
actually
Casino?
in the same scene.
Right. That's the
I don't
thing,
know
like,
if they're in the same
they're in the
scene in
same
Godfather
movie.
because in the Godfather 2 he plays
spoiler.
it's like fucking 40 years
50
old.
years?
Yeah. Always like that spoiler. It's like a 50-year-old, or you know. There has to be a cutoff. We're going on a tangent here. There should be a cutoff to spoilers. If it's like the movie's 10 years old, then fuck
Godfather came out in
like 76?
72.
72? Yeah.
So that's almost, we're like getting close to 50 years here.
So he plays the dad of Don Corleone, right? So I don't know if they're in the same scene then, because it's obviously, unless it's like a hybrid of Back to the Future where he goes because he's his fucking dad.
No, they rolled out. I mean, Harvey Keitel's in this. Pretty much anyone that's ever played
Ray Romano. I was like, holy shit, he
actually did pretty good.
I do like him.
I thought he did pretty good. Anyone that's ever played any sort of like gangster in a movie or a TV show, Scorsese's like, hey, you want to be in my fucking gangster movie, Irishman?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was.
Everybody was fucking in this thing. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny.
That one guy from Snatch.
Yeah. Bobby.
Something I can't remember his name.
Okay. I think Snatch is a fucking good movie too. I need to rewatch that one. It's not Bobby Cannavale. He was in Ant-Man. And he was in Parker, which I think is another
Bobby Kennedy. He's the guy. He was in. I did like him in The Other Guys. You ever seen The Other Guys? With Will Ferrell and Marky Mark.
Hold on. You saw a Will Ferrell movie?
No, I resisted for the longest time, and then my dad said actually it's a good movie, and it's actually I do enjoy that one.
So it's a buddy cop movie kind of thing?
And it's like a silly buddy, like
okay, like a Naked Gun or something.
The Rock and Samuel Jackson's in like the first like 10 minutes,
and then they get murked.
They like jump off a fucking building, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's just stupid shit.
Yeah.
But he's actually in that too.
Okay,
he plays a cop, and he's actually pretty. I think he's kind of funny because they.
Cerny, what do you guess the estimated budget for Irishman was? Whew. It's a grip.
100 mil?
160.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Worldwide gross, just short of $1 million. So they got a loss leader on their hands here with this one.
Oh.
Ouch.
Okay. It was
Okay.
3 hours. People like flip to it. It was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Watch that.
Okay. This is some trivia here. According to Deadline, before accepting the role, Pesci refused multiple times to come out of retirement in order to appear on this film. Some sources say the actual number of refusals was 50.
He's retired?
Apparently.
I didn't know that.
What, they're not doing any more Home Alones?
Did you see the documentary on that?
No.
It's in it's on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's I almost asked if you have Netflix, but obviously you fucking saw it. Anyway,
come on, Cerny.
And it's in one of those like the movies that made us or something like that. That series, Home Alone's on that. So it's actually it's enjoyable. It's like 45 minutes or so. It's really good. They like shot the whole fucking thing in like a school gym. The
Home
house
Alone?
and stuff, like the set, it's like in like a school gym and stuff. It's
What?
just watch it.
Okay.
You'll like it.
To go back to Joe Pesci.
Oh, because Joe Pesci, that reminded me, because
He
Joe
was retired.
Pesci did not. He hated the dialogue because he couldn't swear in that movie.
Oh, and he wanted to swear?
Well, I mean that's Joe Pesci.
That's his thing.
You fucking motherfucker! You know that.
Yeah.
one.
I'm gonna pull the clip up. We're gonna watch it during this show. The last thing that Joe Pesci did as an actor was in 2010, Love Ranch. And then he did some voiceover in 2015, but he hasn't appeared in anything until
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I'm not
Cerny,
hip.
Go home, get your fucking shine box.
Tommy, I swear to God, he'd make your shoes look like
I'm
fucking
doing it
mirrors.
live, baby.
We're doing
Excuse
it
my
live. Now
language.
listen to
He
it.
was terrific. He was the best. And he made a lot of money, too. Salute, Tommy.
Pulling it up right
No
now.
more shines, Billy.
What?
No more
I said
shines,
no more
Billy.
shines. Maybe you didn't hear about it. You've been away a long time. They didn't go up there and tell you. I
away a
don't shine
long time.
shoes anymore.
Relax, will you? For crying out, what's got into you? I'm breaking your balls a little bit. That's all. I'm
I'll
only
put
kidding
this
with
in
you.
the
Somebody
podcast.
can
the
get
So you
podcast.
can enjoy
So
what
you
you're
hear
There's
it?
a lot of
Yes.
people around.
I mean, I'm only kidding with you. We're having a party. I mean, I just came home. I haven't seen you. in
He's
a long
upset
time,
because
and I'm
there's some
breaking your
girls
balls
around.
and
He
you're
doesn't
back.
want to be
okay,
known as
I
a
get
shoe
it.
shiner,
sorry,
right?
I don't mean
No
that
more
badly.
shines, Billy.
I'm sorry, too. It's okay. No problem.
Okay, salute.
No problems. No problems.
No problem.
Still eating at him.
Go home and
Still
get
eating
your
at him.
fucking
Taking
shine
us-
box.
Motherfucking mutt! You fucking
Yeah,
piece of
hey.
shit.
Yeah. Come on. Let him go.
Henry bought his fucking
The big
butt
fucking
that same
80s
old
collars that
Oh,
are like
yeah.
down.
No, yeah.
fucking You big tough guy.
Get there.
You
I'll get in there.
you
Let him come.
motherfucker.
Come on.
The gold chains.
Yeah.
Keep him here. Keep him here. Keep him here. Come on.
Because he's just sitting there. Who's that other actor? He's
don't
got to
know.
be dead by now, right? Is that Casino? Yeah.
That one?
Anyway, he takes a sip of his. He doesn't even look at him. Just takes a sip of his drink. And goes, "Go home and get your fucking shine box."
Then he goes Pesci on him. How old is Pesci, by the way?
Oh man.
70.
Place your bets. Place your
73.
bets. Place
73.
your bets, everybody.
I'm guessing 73.
Born in 1943.
Oh, baby.
So let's math.
Let's math.
How old?
Let's get our abacus out. Let's see what it is.
76.
Hmm.
Do you pit? He's 5'4". Do you pit him on the Death Watch this year? I think he's doing good,
I think he's okay.
unless he's got one of those like old dude like coke problems or like some like
He
drug
smokes, like,
situation.
yeah. I don't think so.
he's probably got another
2020?
10.
2020, we've got to see Betty White. You think so?
I don't know. Let me see.
I mean, David Stern's already gone at that time of recording.
Betty White's 97.
Yeah. Jeez.
Wow.
Okay, what about
Bette Midler.
Kirk Douglas?
He's still alive?
Tagally.
103.
Yeah, he's still going. How is that?
You
How
know
is that
why?
possible?
He doesn't eat pussy like his son. Him and DJ Khaled, they have the same thing.
Well, his son did eat pussy.
Oh,
And it
that
ga-
was the
and-
problem.
And it gave
Catherine
him,
Zeta-Jones.
Yes, gave him the throat cancer.
If that's what it takes to go down, you go down a fucking hero.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
on your
I know.
gravestone.
Yeah.
This man ate Catherine Zeta-Jones's pussy, and he got cancer.
Yeah. Oh, engrave that, please.
Engrave.
On my stone. Just engrave it for all eternity to see.
Wow. He's probably outlasted every one of his wives.
You lived 100 years. I lived 50, but I ate Catherine Zeta-Jones pussy. So that's did me in.
Got the
The
cancer.
forbidden fruit.
The forbidden taco.
Oh no.
The forbidden taco. Well, I mean, we've covered The Irishman and more. Oh, let's
one more thing.
take it away, Cerny. Take it away.
So,
About eating pussy?
yeah, but kind of.
Okay.
So, at work, somebody had ordered it was like May, and they ordered we had the safety thing, so they ordered these from a Mexican restaurant, and for May for breast cancer they dyed their shells pink, so everyone was eating pink tacos.
Come on. You don't know that that's going to be a problem?
I started laughing. I was like,
How do you
we're all
not?
eating pink tacos? And some people were like, well, it's for breast cancer. I was like, yeah, okay. All right, never mind. I won't
right.
elaborate.
So, and that, do you think in your head, I'm just gonna bring this to the show?
Yeah.
I know someone that will appreciate it.
I did.
Yeah.
Because I said, we're eating pink tacos? And they're like, it's for breast cancer. They dye their shells pink. I was like,
Oh, yeah, of course.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I don't know why I was
I'm
thinking
sorry.
anything different.
Take this out. Take this outside.
You could have said, I hope I don't get throat cancer after this.
Michael Douglas would think we
Yeah.
get throat cancer about this.
Old bearded clam.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. No, I
We've
mean,
covered.
certainly that was well worth the introduction.
It was just the most ironic thing. Everyone's eating these pink tacos. I was like, we're eating pink tacos? And they're like, yeah, it's for breast cancer. I was like,
So this happens to me at work too. I think I'm on, everyone else is up here,
Yeah.
and I'm pointing to kind of my eyebrows,
Yeah.
and my degenerate level is
Lowbrow?
definitely lower.
We're going lowbrow?
Pretty lowbrow.
Yeah.
We work a little blue, admittedly.
Yeah.
And people say stuff at work, and I'm looking around oh, if Cerny was here, I'm just
yeah.
I would have looked at you. I didn't even have to say anything. I just know you would have giggled about it.
Yeah.
Because
so
it
I
was
started
I sat on something really hard, and I'm just
oh,
what?
really?
one's gonna say anything. I guess okay.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna.
I'll just,
we're gonna be mature
I'll just
here. I
let
guess.
this- yeah.
You know?
I guess we're all adults.
I actually went and told somebody in the office they're eating pink tacos in there. Like, were the shells dyed pink? I was like, yeah, yes, they are dyed pink.
But
The
pussy is
the
awesome.
pink tacos. And they're like,
I mean,
Why? Was it for breast cancer? I'm like, yes, it is for breast cancer, but
do you know what else is?
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. So there's some entendres going on. I don't know.
Never mind.
Anyway.
I'll save it for Chip.
At the, you just text me. I mean, at the 4th of July barbecue, someone gets pink tacos. I mean, it's
game on.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be able to shut up about it.
I was just, flabbergasted that no one.
It was like a similar experience when I was in grade school, maybe 6th or 7th grade, and I found out what coming meant. C-U-M.
Oh, yeah.
And I was on the bus, and I found out what it meant, that it meant jizzing.
Yeah.
For probably a week straight on the bus, everyone's just like, "I'm coming, bus driver."
Oh,
and she just looked back and just roll her eyes like these fucking idiot kids. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm coming," I wasn't actually jerking in the back of the bus. Anyway. Well, if you saw The Irishman or had pink tacos.
And have either one.
Oh, yeah.
And you have a review you want to share with us. You say that we're dead wrong. It was a fantastic movie through and through, or it was horrid.
Certainly. I mean, I think Rotten Tomatoes kind of is disagree. I mean, we think the movie was good. I don't think it needed to be
3 hours, 29 minutes. No way.
Yeah.
No way. You can reach out to us at chipandcernshow@gmail.com, or you can search us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Just Google Chip and Cern Show and pick your avenue of discussion. And we will gladly answer anything you want to say.
Eagerly.
Yes, if you want to say we're idiots, that's perfectly fine.
Frankly, we've heard it before.
Yes. In the homestead.
Yeah. Our wives are shouting at us all the time.
Yes.
And our friends and family.
Yes.
And until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.